Here are 8 exciting Coronation Street spoilers for next week, including a surprise baby taken in, proposal plans ruined, and a villain almost exposed. Stick around. Spoiler 1. Carla and Lisa's baby surprise. Carla Connor opens the door to a real shocker. Rob's baby in a car seat dumped on her doorstep. Lisa Swain legs it into the flat and discovers little Connie needs emergency babysitters while Nan's in hospital. Carla flat out refuses, but Lisa reminds her she's family and the alternative is care. Fast forward to sleepless nights and a bleary-eyed household as Connie calls the shots. And before Carla can say, "No nappies," she's bouncing the baby on her knee. Has Carla finally softened? Or is this babysitting lark strictly temporary? Spoiler 2. Proposal plans go pear-shaped. Just as Cassie lines up the big question, Tim steers Steve McDonald toward Victoria Gardens, and then comes the gut punch. A call confirms Jim has died, instantly killing the mood and the proposal. Cassie bins the ring plan and pulls Steve into a hug instead. Later in the Rovers, raised glasses turn to raised eyebrows when Tracy spots Cassie all dressed up and clocking something sneaky slipped into Mary's pocket. Meanwhile, Steve crumbles with grief, still none the wiser about what nearly happened. Will Tracy spill Cassie's secret or let sleeping rings lie? Spoiler 3. George struggles to deal with Annie. George Shuttleworth is seeing doom in the digital tea leaves when a flurry of dodgy one-star reviews hits Shuttleworth's. And he's sure Annie's behind the keyboard. Glenda fights back with a 5-star blitz, while Christina ups the ante by reporting Annie for defamation. But the plot thickens when George is hauled into the station over Annie's fraud claims, leaving him fearing the worst. Calling an emergency huddle with Christina and Glenda, George's plans are derailed by a solicitor's call. There's a crisis pint, or 3, in the Rovers as George tries to drown his worries. Will justice shine brighter than those fake reviews? Spoiler 4. Debbie struggles behind bars. Debbie Webster tries to keep busy behind bars, helping Lou make bracelets for her kids, until resident troublemaker Paula tries to nick one. Lou bites back, but Debbie's nerves are left jangling. Things turn nasty when Debbie finds Lou badly beaten in her cell, shocking visitors Sally, Brody, and the girls. Elsewhere, Carl Webster turns on the charm during a visit, squeezing more cash from Debbie, despite Sally Metcalf warning she's being played. Debbie defends him, but knows the truth stings. Alone with her thoughts, Debbie spirals as stress and guilt pile up. And when Ronnie Bailey hears Carl's been dipping back into her purse, expect fireworks, because this family drama is about to blow. Spoiler 5. Lou betrays Debbie. Debbie Webster returns to her cell, grumbling about being stuck behind bars for what could be her final months of freedom. Meanwhile, Lou Michaelis makes a bold move and rings Sally Metcalf from prison, spilling the beans about Debbie's mood. Sally, of course, passes the update straight to Ronnie Bailey, leaving Debbie fuming over Lou's helpful betrayal. It's a classic case of tough love behind bars. Lou means well, but Debbie isn't impressed. Sparks and tempers are flying as the lines between loyalty and tattling blur. Will Debbie ever forgive Lou? Or is this a trust test too far? Spoiler 6. Harper's ready for surgery. Adam Barlow gets an unexpected slap from reality when he steps straight into a pile of dog muck while spotting Jodie disappearing with David the dog. Fuming, he lashes out at Jodie, but with Shona Ramsey laser-focused on baby Harper's operation, Adam's rant is quickly shut down. In the hospital, David Platt and Shona anxiously watch as doctors prep little Harper for surgery. At Jodie's suggestion, the Platts rally in support. Panic spikes when news of a minor bleed reaches them, and David momentarily loses his cool, ordering the family out. After the tense prep, Jody offers a comforting hug to David before leaving, only to be mistaken by a new mum for Shona. Will Jody correct the mix-up or let the confusion slide? Meanwhile, David and Shona emerge to find the family anxiously waiting in the car park, hearts in mouths as they await Harper's fate in NICU. Spoiler 7. Jody's almost exposed. Jody is teetering on the edge of exposure when Lily stumbles across a mysterious box tucked under the stairs. Curiosity piqued, Lily opens it to find a cutout photo of Bernie and Brian's book. What's Jody hiding? Later at the hospital, a concerned mum checks in about baby Harper's operation. Jody starts chatting, only to whip around in horror and spot Shona Ramsey standing right behind her. Hearts race. How will Jody wriggle out of this one? Back home, Lily isn't letting it slide and corners Jody with the incriminating photo. Can Jody talk her way out of trouble and keep her secret under wraps, or is the jig up? It's tense, it's tricky, and one slip could blow her cover wide open. Spoiler 8. Birthday plans at risk. Theo comes home early and Todd sees a golden opportunity, a birthday gift for his mate. Theo hands over £200, but with strings attached. It's got to cover his birthday meal too. Todd's grin soon fades when a chilling notification pops up on his phone. His account's in arrears and services won't be restored until the bill's paid. Caught between Theo's rules and his financial mess, Todd faces a tricky choice. Will he stretch the cash, scramble for a solution, or risk letting the birthday plans crumble? One thing's for sure, it's going to be a very tense celebration in Weatherfield. And if you enjoyed these Coronation Street spoilers, subscribe so you can come back for more news from the Cobbles. Claire returns to Walford, but how will she feel when Nigel doesn't recognise her? Elsewhere, Max decides to teach Tim a lesson by kidnapping him, and Ravi plays with fire after falling out with Priya. Find out more in our explosive EastEnders spoilers for next week. Spoiler 1. Nigel's care home place is ready. Julie is pleased when the care home finally calls to say Nigel can move in. Julie is relieved that Nigel can finally leave the hospital, but she is torn over what to do when Nigel keeps asking for his stepdaughter, Claire. Phil tries to convince Julie that she should ring Claire before it is too late. Eventually, Julie makes the call. Spoiler 2. Claire returns to Walford. Claire arrives to see Nigel, but she is heartbroken when he doesn't recognise her. Shaken, Claire rushes out, but Lexi makes her realise she needs to make up with Nigel while she still can. Spoiler 3. Nigel goes missing. Julie is horrified to get to the hospital and find Nigel has gone. She is furious to learn that Claire has discharged him without telling her. Claire takes Nigel back to Albert Square, where they throw a party in his honour. As everyone rallies round to support Nigel, Claire and Julie clash again. Old friends, Claire and Chelsea are pleased to see each other, and Chelsea makes Claire see she needs Julie on her side. Eventually, Claire and Julie make up. They take Nigel to the care home. However, the enormity of the situation takes its toll on all three of them. Spoiler 4. Linda tells Johnny the truth. Linda is worried about Johnny and admits to Elaine that she could have stopped Tim's test for Callum. Elaine warns Linda not to tell Johnny, but Linda goes against her mum's advice. Johnny is furious that she interfered. Later, Johnny meets with Tim to sign some paperwork. However, he is mortified when Linda turns up and berates Tim. Tim insists they should have a drink, but Johnny's day gets worse when Callum catches them together. Spoiler 5. Max kidnaps Tim. After Linda confides in Max about Tim, Max decides to take matters into his own hands. Pretending to be his taxi driver, Max kidnaps Tim and bundles him into the boot of his car. Max's plan for Tim unfolds, and he makes it clear that Tim should never set foot in Walford again. Will Tim listen? Spoiler 6. Johnny tells Callum what happened with Tim. Linda panics when she realizes that Max has Tim, but Johnny has bigger things to worry about when he is forced to tell Callum what Tim made him do. At first, Callum is furious, but when Johnny explains he was trying to protect him and Lexi, Callum feels guilty. Spoiler 7. Ravi worries for Mark. Jack tells Ravi that the police are planning a sting operation to take down some of the lower-tier people in the gang. Ravi realizes this means Mark could be caught and feels guilty. Spoiler 8. Ravi puts his family in grave danger. Feeling awful that Mark could be arrested, Ravi is torn. Priya insists that he has to keep quiet if he wants to stay safe. But when Ravi and Mark go for a drink, Ravi almost says something. At home, Priya reminds Ravi that he will lose everything if he helps Mark. Will Ravi risk everything and warn Mark? Spoiler 9. Yolandi worries about Patrick. As Patrick spends more time with the AI version of Anthony, Yolandi starts to worry. Yolandi is convinced Patrick is starting to rely on the AI version of his late son. Will she get Patrick to see sense? Spoiler 10. Howie tries to win Kim back. Kim confides in Howie that Patrick's struggling, so he decides to visit Patrick himself. Patrick tells Howie not to waste time and to win Kim back. Howie gathers everyone at the Albert and serenades Kim, surrounded by drag queens. Will his plan work? And if you enjoyed these EastEnders spoilers, subscribe so you can come back for more news from the square. Here are 6 spoilers for next week's Emmerdale, including Paddy's plan to save Bear and Kane at breaking point. Stay tuned. Spoiler 1. Paddy plans to save Bear from prison. Bear has checked himself out of hospital and gone missing again. He is paranoid and terrified as he walks along an isolated country road. Paddy is distraught when DS Walsh calls round and says Bear will be held in custody once found, as he's in breach of his bail conditions. Paddy finds him near Anya's empty grave and decides to pay for him to go to a secure mental health unit to avoid prison. But will it work? Spoiler 2. Joe ups the pressure on Kane. Kane is close to breaking point, and soon Joe makes it worse when he reveals he's arranged a herd inspection due to a suspected TB case. Kane remains silent when Joe once again offers to buy the farm, but Matty says he is keeping it going for Moira. However, is Kane fully on board? Spoiler 3. Sarah's car theft causes trouble. Despite Kane saying they're not stealing any more cars, Sarah can't help herself when she spots a sports car parked outside the village hall. But Jacob catches her, and it turns out the car belongs to his boss. Horrified, Jacob demands to know what's going on, but will Sarah blow Kane's secret? Jacob soon turns up at the garage and lays into Kane for getting Sarah to steal cars. Charity is fuming too, exploding over him putting their granddaughter at risk. Will he confess what's really going on? Spoiler 4. Kane at breaking point. Soon everything is getting too much for Kane. His cancer, Moira being in prison, and the pressure from Joe. Graham advises him that selling up is the best course of action, but will Kane agree? Spoiler 5. Laurel covers for Arthur. Laurel sticks to her story that she blacked out and fell, hitting her head. Arthur feels guilty as Laurel continues to suffer from dizziness. Manpreet pays Laurel a visit and sends Gabby and Arthur away so she can find out the real story. But will Laurel admit the truth? Spoiler 6. Kerry and Jay have a secret. Kerry and Jay are getting it on again in secret, But Jay isn't sure how to maintain the boss/employee dynamic in public. Kerry comes up with a plan and mocks Jay in public while getting passionate in private. But will Jay be okay with that? And if you enjoyed these Emmerdale spoilers, subscribe so you can come back for more.